a historical time or a suggestion how would indicate warfare. While it comes to Kosovo's alleged area replace in Serbia, it depends who you request. Assumption abounds how the two parties could do the conception formal as previous as Friday, while their presidents encounter for planned negotiations in Brussels. The concept seems easy. The Kosovo Vale in southern Serbia, wherever the people is generally ethnical Alban, would accede Kosovo. In back, Serbia would de-establish complete monitoring above the most ethnical Serb region of Kosovo to the polar of the inland Ibar, that rest via the Cardiac of Mitrovica. Adopters say a area replace would, potential, end the deadlock that has persisted for 10 years, with Kosovo unilaterally proclaimed its autonomy of Serbia. Boundary changing may appear unpleasant, but let's consider it as a pragmatic decision, says James Kerr-Lindsay, a Balkans expert at the London High School of Economy. If down there were a concerted treaty among the two sides, it would outdoor the way for a complete normalization of relations among Belgrade and Pristina and enable Kosovo eventually to be a term of the joint nations. But up the concept has though been completely articulated, it is already take anti-aircraft artillery. The West Balkans went via a cramp of boundary changes in the 1990s. More than rather than 100,000 human beings dead and millions were moved in ethnically managed discord. Paddy Ashdown oversaw the ramifications in Bosnia, as the world top member. He has company-authored and circulation to the Europe Association's overseas politics head, Federica Mogherini, to mark out any say of a area replace. Driving national borders love the will not resolve divisions, it will intensify them, told the email, precautionary how nationalist political community might use a area replace to excite for the break down up of Bosnia. Stable world can just go while we find out to dwell in much ethnic communities, quite rather than de-drawing national borders to build monoral ethnic ones. Down there is no politics more than potential to conduct us behind to department and dispute in the Balkans rather than the one that several are seemingly now support. More than stories of Kosovo and Serbia, Ms. Mogherini has a key part to act. She chairs the normalization negotiations in Brussels among Serbia's CEO Aleksandar Vučić, and his contrary quantity of Kosovo, Hashim Thaci. Out of clearly mention a area replace, she has been calling the two sides to settle down their differences. This period has go to put an end to how dispute, she told on Monday. I am sure how Presidents Vučić and Thaci will supervise to reach a mandatory legislative treaty for the normalization of relations, and the treaty will perform in world law and it will assist for the sustainability of the whole area. This key to the decision will be how Brussels responds. They will see to Berlin and say to Paris and other. In the late, keys on EU affiliation for both of. Germany has been vocal in its opposition to boundary changes, but it is brief of standby of some EU term state, in the UK differently betrothed. Little miracle how the EU Commissar for Expansion, Johannes Kahn, has been speaking on a historical time for Serbia and Kosovo. Regional concerns are else question. Nationalists in both of Serbia and Kosovo will be unwilling to do a transactions how gives the some party aid. The ex-Kosovo release troop captain and present main secretary, Ramush Haradinaj, has been furiously opposed, proverb how change national borders would conduct to warfare. Meantime ethnical Serbs residing southward of the Ibar are concerned they will be neglected if the polar reverts to Serbia. The sea has lost recital on the so far, he hasn't been manufacturing the arguments to get human beings on executive board. It could be a irresistible statement, but he is necessary to sail he. The joint state has specified how it would not stay in the way of any duplex transactions. The position of Serbia's friend, Russia, is stronger to measuring device. CEO Vladimir Putin is due to trip Belgrade following monthly. Down there are considerable prizes on propose for both of sides, if they can accept a transactions. Kosovo may eventually be recognized by the 80 strange countries that include rejected to recognize its legality. And Serbia would perform a key state for its affiliation of the EU. In Macedonia and Greece subsidence their length-standing controversy, down there is crisp pulse to resolve else Balkan puzzle. For Kosovo and Serbia, the doorway is outdoor.